Good morning. So we are in Act 3, Scene 3, line number 200. So what we saw yesterday was that Iago, after his very, very deceptive reluctance, he's trying to reveal his mind to Othello. He has started injecting poison into the ears of Othello. See what he says to Othello towards the end of the portion, the section that we read yesterday. That is line number 195. He tells Othello, well, about concerning what I'm trying to tell you, I have no proof. But, well, especially in the company of Cassio, you should be very, very careful. When your wife is in the company of Cassio, you have to be very, very careful. Look at line number 195. Look to your wife. Observe your wife. Observe her well with Cassio. Where your eye thus not jealous nor secure. But don't be jealous, but just observe her. I would not have your free and noble nature out of self-bounty be abused. I don't want to spoil your mind. I don't want to spoil your mind. I'm not trying to inject any bad things, any bad idea into your mind, but you have to be a little bit careful about your wife, especially when your wife is in the company of Cassio. Look to it. I know our country because I know the women of my country. I know my women because they would do any dirty things behind the back of their husband, and they are not even afraid of God. They don't mind, God seeing their witnessing their dirty things, but without the knowledge of their husband, they would do any dirty thing. Desdemona is, what he suggests. The suggestive meaning is that your wife is a very, very dangerous, a dirty woman. Their best conscience is not to leave it undone, but to keep it unknown. They will do it, not to keep it undone. That is, they do it, but they keep it unknown, without the knowledge of others. Then Othello says, didst thou say so? Oh, do you say like that? Then Iago, yes, she did deceive her father. Remember, don't forget that. Look, this is what Brabantio said. These are the last words of his, repeating the last words of Brabantio. See, she deceived. Brabantio's last words were, he said, Othello, you have to be very, very careful about Desdemona. She deceived her father. She might deceive her husband also. These are the last words of Brabantio. And here, Iago is trying to repeat the same words. See, line number 203. She did deceive her father marrying you. By taking a decision to marry you, well, she lied to her father. She deceived her father. And when she seemed to shake and fear your looks, She loved the most. And when she pretended to be afraid of you, she loved you most. So don't forget, she is a very, very cunning and a clever girl. She is a very, very cunning and clever girl. So she is a cheat. She is very clever at deceiving people. Desdemona deceived her father, and she might deceive her husband. She might deceive you also. So you have to be very, very careful. Then Othello agrees. What you said is right. Oh, and so she did. Yes, that's right. She deceived her father. That is right. Then Iago, why? Go to then. Well, that's it. She, that so young, could give out such a seeming to seal her father's eyes up close as oak. She very cleverly deceived her father. She was so young, as close as oak, very, very close, very, very cleverly. She successfully deceived her father. He thought it was witchcraft. That poor man, Desdemona's father, Brabantio, that poor man thought it was witchcraft. Was it witchcraft? No. She was very, very cleverly deceiving her father. That poor man thought, well, this was magic, this was witchcraft, but in fact there was no witchcraft. Brabantio accuses Othello of having used black magic and drugs. So it was very, very, it was impossible for Brabantio to believe that his daughter, his innocent daughter, would choose to marry a black man like Othello. So this is what Iago is trying to remind him of. He thought it was witchcraft. That poor man Brabantio thought it was witchcraft, but I am much to blame. Oh, but I don't want to, but I am sorry. I am trying to tell you these things, but I am much to blame. I am humbly to do beseech you of you. So please, I'm sorry. I beseech you, beg your pardon for too much loving you. Oh, sorry, sir. I am revealing these things. Look how clever, how cunning, how a devilish villain he is. I'm sorry, sir. I'm saying these things out of your love for you, not because of any other feeling. It is out of my, too much love for my master, you, that I am telling these things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I am hurting your feelings. Sorry. Then Othello says, no, I am bound. I am indebted to you forever. I am bound to thee forever. I am bound to thee forever. Then Iago says, I see this hath a little dashed your spirits. Are you a little bit depressed? Are you a little bit troubled? I think, by what I have said to you, so far about your wife and, these things, I think you are a little bit troubled. This hath a little dashed your spirits. Then Othello says, no, not a jot, no, not at all. It has not, affected me. No, I'm not much worried about what you have said. Don't worry. Come on. Carry on. Go ahead. He says, no problem. It's not much of a problem. I don't mind. Come on, please tell me more about it. This is what, he says. Now, no, not a jot. Then Iago says, in faith, I fear it has. I think you are a little bit worried. I think you are a little bit depressed. Well, in faith, I fear it has. I hope you will consider what he spoke come from my love. I hope, please remember that I said all this because I love you. And but I do see you are moved, but I see that you are a little bit troubled. You are a little bit worried, depressed, and I am to pray you. I request you, please, not to strain my speech to grosser issues, nor to larger reach than to suspicion. Please don't take what I said more seriously than I intended, than it deserves to be taken. ഞാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചതിനെ ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ ആലോചനപ്പെടുത്താൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചില്ല. ഞാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചതിനേക്കാൾ കൂടുതൽ ഇത് മനസ്സിലേക്ക് എടുക്കരുത്. ഞാനിത് കണ്ട കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞതേ ഉള്ളൂ, സ്നേഹം കൊണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞതേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഇത് ഒരുപാട് മനസ്സിലേക്ക് എടുക്കണ്ട. Don't take it, don't give it more importance, more significance than what I intended. ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി പറഞ്ഞതല്ല, ഓർത്തോണം. Then he says, then Othello says, I will not. No, I won't. Don't worry. Then Iago, well, should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile success as my thoughts aim not at. Cassio is my worthy friend. Well, if you take my words too seriously, should you do so, no, should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile success as my thoughts aim not at. As my thoughts aim not at. No, my aim was not to disturb you, not to trouble you, but only to warn you. But I think you are too much moved. As my thoughts aim not at. Cassio is my worthy friend. I think that you are a little bit upset. But remember, I'm not saying anything against Cassio, because he is my best friend. My lord, I see you are moved. Then Othello, not much moved. I don't think that I don't think, but Desdemona is honest. Well, I'm not upset, but I am sure Desdemona would never cheat me. Look at his belief. Look at his trust. Look at his trust in his wife. Even at this point, Othello does not believe that Desdemona is not honest. He firmly believes, he firmly trusts her, he firmly believes that Desdemona is honest, loving, truthful, and loyal. Then Iago, look at his words. Long live ഷീസോ, അയ്യോ അവൾ അങ്ങനെ നീണാൽ വാഴട്ടെ, സത്യസന്ധയായിരിക്കട്ടെ, അങ്ങയോട് വിശ്വസ്തയായിരിക്കട്ടെ. ലോങ് ലിവ് ഷീസോ ആൻഡ് ലോങ് ലിവ് യു ടു തിങ്ക് സോ. അങ്ങ് അങ്ങനെ വിചാരിക്കട്ടെ, അവൾ അങ്ങനെ ആയിരിക്കട്ടെ. Then Othello, yet how nature erring itself, but sometimes human nature is like that. It might err, it might make mistakes, it might go wrong. How nature erring from itself, sometimes it happens that even the best minds, even the best of things, good things can go bad, away from its true nature. Sometimes it is possible. Then Iago, yes, there is the point. That is the point. This is the point that I am trying to make clear. This is the point that I am trying to drive home. That is the point. Well, to be bold with you. Now, to be frank with you. I can be frank with you. To be bold means to be frank. ഞാൻ തുറന്നു പറയട്ടെ. Not to affect many proposed matches of her own claim, complexion, and degree, whereto we see in all things nature tends. See, what did she do? Several proposals came, but she veered away from all those proposals. She veered away from her own nature in turning down all those young men. She rejected all the young men from her own country with her own skin color, with her own status. Well, everybody matched her status, but she rejected all those young men. Foe, check, it's very bad. Now you can almost smell the dark and ugly desires in her mind. Well, foe, one may smell in such a will most rank and foul, disproportioned thoughts unnatural. By rejecting all those beautiful, handsome young men of her own country, well, we can see her dark mind, her foul mind, disproportioned thoughts unnatural. Oh, I'm sorry. See, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. Pardon me. I do not in position distinctly speak of her. No, I didn't mean to refer to her specifically. But I'm talking about women generally. Though I may fear her will, recoiling to her better judgment, I am just afraid that she might break off all her relations. She might snap back to her natural taste, because as a European or as a Venetian, she has her natural taste and desires. So she might go back. That means she might break her relationship with you and choose another man. This is what he means, very, very cleverly saying. Her will, recoiling her to her better judgment, may fall to match you with her country forms and happily repent. She might compare you unfavorably to other Venetians, to other Italians. So she might take a decision to break all relationship with you, and she might choose. See, look at the poison that he is injecting. Then Othello, oh, farewell, 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 goodbye, goodbye. If more thou dost perceive, let me know. Now, if you see anything more, please let me know, because let me know. Set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago. Come on, go away. Please ask your wife. Look, he has changed. Othello has changed. വലിയ ഒരു ഉയർന്ന പട്ടാള ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥൻ, ഒരു ആർമി ജനറൽ, അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ അധപ്പതനത്തിന്റെ തുടക്കമാണ്. ഭാര്യയെ നോക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി, ഭാര്യയെ വഞ്ചിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ എന്നറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അവന്റെ കൊടി പിടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നടക്കുന്ന ഏൻഷ്യന്റിന്റെ ഭാര്യയെ ചുമതലപ്പെടുത്തുന്നു. ഭാര്യയെ ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞേരെ, നിന്റെ ഭാര്യയോട് പറഞ്ഞേരെ, എന്റെ ഭാര്യയെ ഒന്ന് നോക്കാൻ, ഒന്ന് സൂക്ഷിക്കാൻ, എന്തെങ്കിലും സംഭവിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ. See, he has changed. This is the downfall from the heights. The general, the respectable general, from the heights of a respectable general, he is coming down. He is falling down to an ordinary human being. He has started believing that Desdemona is unfaithful. Desdemona has deceived him. So he is appointing, he is asking Iago to set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago. Please, leave me alone. ഒന്ന് പോയേ, എനിക്കല്പം കുറച്ചു നേരം തനിച്ചിരിക്കട്ടെ. Set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago. Then Iago going. പെട്ടെന്ന് അവൻ അവിടെ നിന്ന് പോകുന്നു. അവൻ പോയില്ല, അല്പം കഴിയുമ്പോൾ തിരിച്ചു വരും, ഇവൻ എങ്ങനെയുണ്ടെന്ന് അറിയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. Iago going, my lord, I take my leave. Okay, I'll say goodbye. I'm leaving now. I'll say goodbye now. Now he is beginning to exit. Othello to himself, ഛേ, ഞാൻ എന്തിനാ കല്യാണം കഴിച്ചത്? Why did I marry? Why did I choose this woman? Look, he's soliloquy. He's thinking aloud. He's soliloquizing. Why did I marry this honest creature? Well, this honest creature doubtless sees and knows more and much more than he unfolds. അവൻ തുറന്നു പറഞ്ഞതിനേക്കാൾ കൂടുതൽ, ഇതുവരെ വെളിപ്പെടുത്തിയതിനേക്കാൾ കൂടുതൽ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അവൻ അറിയാം. I am sure that this honest man, look, this honest man, this is the problem. This is the success. This is the success of Iago. Well, he is so clever, so cunning, that even at this point, Othello believes that this Iago, this devilish villain Iago, is very, very honest. This honest creature, doubtless, sees and knows more and much more than he unfolds. Well, I am sure that he knows more than what he has revealed. Then Iago, all on a sudden, he returns. See how cunning he is. He just pretended to be going out, but he was not going out. He just went out from there and then came back. Returning, he comes back all on a sudden. Now, to see how he is, to see his position, to see his true position, the condition in which Othello is returning. My lord, I wish. I wish I might entreat your honor. I will request you to scan this thing no further. Don't think about this anymore, any longer. Please leave it to time. സമയം പറയും, കാലം പറയും. ഇത് വിട്ടേരെ, കൂടുതൽ ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ട. വരുന്ന നാളുകൾ തെളിയിക്കും. Leave it to time. That is, time will decide. So don't think about it too much. Don't bother about it too much. Well, though it be fit that a Cassio have his place, it is right that Cassio to have his lieutenancy back. Cassio should be lieutenant again, but for sure it fills it up with great ability. Well, he is very much talented. Ability. He is very talented. He fills it up with great ability. Yet, if you please to hold him off a while, you shall by that perceive him. I am sure. Now he deserves it. He deserves lieutenancy. He deserves it. And you should give it back. But don't reinstate him so soon. പെട്ടെന്ന് അവൻ കൊടുക്കല്ലേ. ആ ലെഫ്റ്റനന്റ് എന്നുള്ള പദവി പെട്ടെന്ന് കൊടുക്കരുത്. ഒരല്പം കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് കൊടുത്താൽ മതി. എന്നിട്ട് നോക്കണം, സൂക്ഷിച്ച് നോക്കണം അവൻ എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നെന്ന്. ആ കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി അവൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ എന്താണെന്ന് നോക്കണം. നമുക്ക് കാണാം എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുന്നതെന്ന്. ഇപ്പം കൊടുക്കരുത്. അവൻ നിന്റെ ഭാര്യ എടുത്ത് പോകും. അവൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന വിക്രികൾ നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പം കാണാം. പെട്ടെന്ന് കൊടുക്കരുത്. കൊടുക്കണം, but not too soon. If you please, hold him off a while. Now, don't give it so soon. Keep him away for a while. You shall by that perceive him. Now you will see. And you will perceive him and his means. We are going to see. You are going to see, how he goes about it. How he tries to get it back. And you can also, his relations with your wife. You shall by that perceive him and his means. You can note, if your lady strain his entertainment with any strong or vehement importunity, well, she will be trying her level best to get him back his position. Much will be seen in that. Now we will be able to read more meaning into that. In the meantime, let me be thought too busy in my fears. Well, I am afraid. Let me be thought too busy in my fears, as worthy cause I have to fear I am. Well, in the meantime, that will tell you what. In the meantime, just assume that I am, don't worry. Just think that, I am, my mind is obsessed. I am some sort of a paranoid. These are all my fears. These are all my suspicions, my own doubts, my suspicion. Just you can think. ഇത് ഞാനൊരു സംശയരോഗിയാണെന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങേക്ക് കരുതാം. പക്ഷേ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നോക്കിക്കോളൂ. ജസ്റ്റ് be careful, be vigilant, be very, very watchful. So Cassio should be reinstated, no doubt, but don't give the possession immediately. You just wait for a while. In the meantime, you can watch your wife, you can watch him, you can watch what they do. അവർ ചെയ്യുന്ന വിക്രിയകൾ നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ സാധിക്കും. വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഞാനൊരു സംശയരോഗിയാണ് എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ധരിച്ചോളൂ കേട്ടോ എന്നാ പറയുന്നത്. I do beseech you. Then Othello says, fear not my government. Don't worry about how I handle it. My government, how I govern it, how I handle, how I deal with these things. Don't worry about that. Then Iago, once more, take my leave. I'll say goodbye once more. So bye-bye. He goes. Now Othello soliloquizes. Here is a famous soliloquy. Othello speaks his mind. Well, this fellow, which fellow? Iago, is of exceeding honesty. Well, he's terribly honest, extremely honest and good, no doubt, and knows all qualities with the learned spirit of human dealings. He knows about human mind. He knows, he is a very, very intelligent fellow, very honest and very intelligent. He knows a lot about the workings of the human nature, the human behavior, and the human mind, with the learned spirit of human dealings. If I do prove her Haggard, if she turns out to be very, very cunning, disloyal, if she is cheating me, if she turns out, if I do prove her Haggard, if I can prove that she is a unfaithful woman, though that her jesses were my dear heartstrings. Look at, here's a metaphor from falconry. Falcon, ഈ പരുന്ത് പണ്ട് ഈ സായിപ്പന്മാരുടെ ഒരു വിനോദമായിരുന്നു ഈ പരുന്ത്. ആ പരുന്തിനെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രയോജനമില്ലാതാവുമ്പോൾ, ഇര പിടിക്കാൻ വയ്യാതാവുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഇതിന്റെ കാലിൽ കെട്ടിയിട്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ചരട്, ജസ്സസ്, ഈ ലൈനിൽ കാണുന്ന ജസ്സസ്, ഫാൽക്കൺ പരുന്തിനെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രയോജനമില്ലാതാവുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ ആ ചരട് മുറിച്ചിട്ട് എന്നെ പറത്തിയങ്ങ് വിടും. സോ ഇതാണ് അദ്ദേഹം പറയുന്നത്. പരുന്തിനെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രയോജനമില്ലാതെ പരുന്തിനെ പറത്തി അങ്ങ് പ്രകൃതിയിലേക്ക്, അന്തരീക്ഷത്തിലേക്ക്, ആകാശത്തിലേക്ക് വിടും. ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്, if she is unfaithful, if she is trying to deceive me, if she is disloyal, if she is cheating, I will break my relationship. Just as we cut off the string of the falcon, I would whistle her off, that her jesses means the strings, my dear heartstrings, the jesses, the strings with which she is tied to my heart strings, I will whistle her off. I will make a whistle, and I will reject her. I will let her go, let her down with the wind. I will let her go with the wind to prey at fortune. Like if I will cut off all my relationship with my wife happily, for I am black. Luckily, I am black. I have no other choice. I am black and have not those soft parts of conversation that chamberers have. I don't have those skills, that conversation skills the chamberers, senators have. I don't have such conversation skills. Those conversation skills I don't have, for I am declined into the vale of years. I am declined into the vale of years. I am also growing very old. I am becoming an old man. I am growing very old. Then I am abused, and my relief must be to loathe her. If I am abused, if she cheats me, well, it is my relief must be to loathe her. I will start hating her. I will hate her if she cheats me. I have no other choice but to hate her, to loathe her. Oh, curse of marriage. Oh, really, what a curse of marriage. വിവാഹം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത്ര ഒരു ശാപമാണ് എന്ന് ഞാൻ കരുതിയില്ല. The curse of marriage, that we can call these delicate creatures ours and not their appetites. We call these delicate creatures, such a beautiful wife. We feel that when we marry such a beautiful woman, We believe that, that woman is ours. That creature belongs to us, but not their appetites. അവൾ നമ്മളുടെ സ്വന്തമാകുമായിരിക്കും, പക്ഷെ അവളുടെ മനസ്സൊരിക്കലും നമ്മളുടെ സ്വന്തമാകില്ല. Not their appetites, not their mind, not their desires. I had rather be a toad. ഇതിനേക്കാൾ നല്ലത് ഒരു ചെറിയൊരു തവളയായിട്ട് ഏതെങ്കിലും കുഴിയിൽ മാറിയിരിക്കുന്നതാണ് നല്ലത്, ഒരു മനുഷ്യനായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ. I had rather be a toad, a frog, toad, the frogs that we find on land, and live upon the vapor of a dungeon. I would rather be a toad in a moldy basement, in a dungeon, ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു കുഴിയിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ പതുങ്ങിയിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു തവളയായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കുന്നതാണ് നല്ലത്. And keep a corner in the thing I love for others' uses. ഇരുന്നിട്ട് കല്യാണം കഴിക്കുന്ന പെണ്ണ് മറ്റാരെങ്കിലും കൊണ്ടുപോയി അവന്മാര് ജീവിക്കുകയോ സൂഹിക്കുകയോ, അങ്ങനെ ഒരു തവളയായിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നതിന്, മനുഷ്യനായിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നതിനേക്കാൾ നല്ലത് അതാണ്. Oh, what a curse is marriage. We think our beautiful wives belongs to us, but their desires are free. We can never trust them. Their desires, they go after people they like. Then keep a corner in the thing I love for others' uses. Well, it is the plague of great ones. മഹാന്മാരുടെ എല്ലാം കഥ ഇതാണ്. അവൻ്റെ ഭാര്യമാര് വല്ലവൻ്റെയും കൂടെ ഓടിപ്പോകും. സാധാരണക്കാരാണെങ്കിൽ ഇതിനേക്കാൾ ഭേദമാണ്, വിശ്വസ്തരായിട്ടുള്ള ഭാര്യമാരാണ്. It is the plague of great ones. Well, this is the curse of the important men. Our wives, because I am a general, I am a great man. All great men in history, you try to, you look at, you examine, you study all the history of all great men. Most of the wives of all great men were, cheats. And it is the plague of great ones. Prerogatived are they less than the base. Well, it is the curse of the important ones. Our wives betray. Our wives cheat us more than the wives of poor men. The wives of poor men, they are better than the wives of great men. Well, the base, it is destiny unshunnable. Shun means avoid. This is something unavoidable. Something unavoidable. Like death. മരണത്തെ പോലെയാണ്, ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും വന്നിരിക്കും. Something inevitable, something unavoidable. Even then, this fourth plague, ഈ fourth plague എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മൾ പണ്ട് കക്കൽഡിനെ പറ്റി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളതാണ്. കക്കൽഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, a cuckold is a man whose wife is disloyal. A cuckold is a man whose wife is unfaithful. There was a belief in ancient Greek that if a man's wife is unfaithful, disloyal, there would grow a pair of horns on his head. അവന്റെ നെറ്റിയിൽ 2 കൊമ്പുണ്ടാകും. അപ്പൊ കൊമ്പുള്ള മനുഷ്യൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അവന്റെ ഭാര്യ അവന്റെ ഭാര്യ വിശ്വസ്തയല്ല. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ആണുങ്ങളുടെ നെറ്റിയുടെ മുകളിലാണ് ഈ കൊമ്പ് മുളയ്ക്കുന്നത്. So the forked plague, that is the horns on the forehead, on the forehead of the cuckolds, men whose wives are unfaithful, is fated to us when we do quicken. Well, this fate starts when we are born. Quicken means to take birth. ജനനത്തോടു കൂടി തുടങ്ങുന്ന ഒരവസ്ഥയാണിത്. We can't blame anyone. Well, here Desdemona comes at this point. Desdemona. So we have listened to the mind of Othello. He is terribly shaken. By what Iago has just now said. He is terribly shaken. Re-enter Desdemona and Emilia. Then if she be false, if she is disloyal, if she is untrustworthy, if she cheats on me, then heaven mocks itself. Oh, heaven itself, God himself is a fake. Even God is fake. Heaven is fake. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. I still can't believe that she is unfaithful. I still can't believe that she is a cheat. Well, Desdemona. Now, how now, my dear Othello? What's going on? How is it? How are things with you? Well, your dinner. You said that you are going to have dinner with the senators, the important men. Well, how now, my dear Othello? Your dinner, the generous islanders, the people are waiting there. You told me about the dinner that you are going to have with the islanders. But the islanders by you invited to attend your presence. Well, the people are waiting for you. Why are you still here? Then Othello says, I'm sorry, I'm to blame. Now, Desdemona asks, because she sees some change in Othello. Now, why do you speak so faintly? What happened? Why are you whispering? You are speaking softly. You are talking very softly. You are whispering. Why? What happened? Are you not well? Suhamille? What happened? Ayo? Suhamille? What happened? Are you not well? Then Othello says, I have a pain upon my forehead here. There's a headache. I have a headache here. I have a pain here. Now, I don't know why. Because, he means, this is the meaning that Shakespeare, during the Shakespeare's time, this is the meaning. But I have a pain here, I have horns here. His wife is unfaithful. He's just, meaning that. He's just suggesting that I have a pain here because he has horns growing on his forehead. This is what he means. Headache. Or right here in my forehead. I have a pain. Now, I have a pain upon my forehead here. Then Desdemona says, then faith, that is with watching. Because, these days, these are terrible days. You didn't sleep because of the war. That's with watching. Now, it will be away again. Don't worry. It will go away. But let me bind it hard. She pulls out the handkerchief. തൂവാല എടുക്കുന്നു. ഇത് ഞാനൊന്ന് നനച്ച് നമ്മുടെ ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് കെട്ടാം, ഇവിടെ നെറ്റിക്ക് കെട്ടാം. അത് കുറച്ച് കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് 1 മണിക്കൂർ കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് ഈ തലവേദന പൊക്കോളും കേട്ടോ. അപ്പം ആ കൈലേസ്, ആ തൂവാല, handkerchief, she pulls out her handkerchief. Don't worry, it will go now. Let me bind it hard. I will wrap up your forehead with this wet, handkerchief. So what does she do? She takes out her handkerchief. Let me but bind it hard with this. Within this hour, it will be well. It will go away. Don't worry. It will be all right. Then Othello, now, your napkin is too little. He pushes her hand. She pushes her hand. And the handkerchief falls unnoticed. Either he becomes, terribly troubled within, perturbed within, and, he becomes very angry as well. And he just, pushes away. He just pushes away her hand. ആ കൈ തട്ടി മാറ്റുന്നു. അവളുടെ കൈ തട്ടി മാറ്റുമ്പോൾ പാവം, that Desdemona, full of love, full of honesty. She is, a very, very genuinely innocent girl. When Othello told her that, he has some headache, his forehead, aches. Then she said, don't worry, dear. It will go away soon. I will wrap up your forehead with this handkerchief. So it will go soon. He just becomes, troubled. He becomes very angry. And he just pushes away her hand. And the handkerchief falls unnoticed. അറിയാതെ ഹാൻകർച്ചീഫ് താഴെ വീഴുന്നു. Let it alone. Let it alone. Come. I'll go in with you. പോവാം, അകത്തോട്ട് പോവാം. Because they are waiting. I will escort you to dinner. Don't worry. Let us go. So remember, the handkerchief is lying on the floor. Well, Exian, I am sorry that you are not well. Oh, sorry that you are not feeling well. Very, very sorry. അയ്യോ വിഷമമുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ, പാവം, കുഴപ്പമില്ല, പൊക്കോളൂ. Then Exeunt, Othello and Desdemona. Who is there standing? Emilia. She was waiting for this opportunity because many a time Iago had told her to steal that, that handkerchief. This handkerchief is a special one. This is a very important handkerchief because this handkerchief is the first gift of Othello to Desdemona. ഇതിന് വലിയൊരു ചരിത്രമുണ്ട്. ചരിത്രം പിന്നീട് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ മുത്തശ്ശിയുടെ കയ്യിലുണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഒരു സാധനമാണ് ഇത്. കുടുംബത്തിലുള്ള ഒരു സാധനമാണ്, കുടുംബത്തിൻ്റെ സ്വത്താണിത്. കാരണം ഇത് നഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ വിവാഹം അതോടുകൂടി ആ വിവാഹത്തിൻ്റെ അവസാനമാണ്. ആ വിവാഹം അവസാനം, അതായത് ഭർത്താവിനെ നഷ്ടപ്പെടും. ഈ ഹാൻഡ് കർച്ചീഫ് നഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നതോടുകൂടി ആ ഭർത്താവിനെ നഷ്ടപ്പെടും എന്നുള്ളൊരു വിശ്വാസമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് കൊടുത്തപ്പം അവൻ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, നെവർ ലൂസ് ദിസ്, നെവർ പാർട്ട് വിത്ത് ഇറ്റ്, never lose it. But remember, Iago had in his plans, Iago had his plans. So in his plans, this handkerchief has a very, very important role. So he had asked Emilia to steal this handkerchief from Desdemona and give it to him. So this is the best opportunity. Look at what Emilia says, Iago's wife. I am glad. Oh, I am glad that I found this handkerchief. I am so happy. This was her first remembrance from the Moor. This was the first keepsake. This is the first souvenir. This is the first gift the Moor gave her. Othello gave his wife. Oh, my wayward husband, my stubborn husband hath 100 times wooed me to steal it. He had asked me 100 times to steal this handkerchief. Well, but she loves this token. She loves this token. She loves it. She loves this souvenir. Why? Because this is something very, very important. For he conjured her. She would ever keep it. Well, Othello has obtained a promise from Desdemona that Desdemona will keep this handkerchief, forever. She will never part with it. There is a promise. The Moor has obtained a promise from her that she will never part with it. That she reserves it forevermore about her to kiss and she would be always kissing the handkerchief and talking to it as if, it is something very, very valuable. Because Othello has told her never part with it is something very, very dear. That she reserves it with, evermore about her to kiss and to talk to. I will have the work taken out and give it. Well, I will have the work taken out. I will copy the embroidery. And give it to my husband. I will have, the work taken out and give it to Iago. And what he will do with it, well, heaven knows. ദൈവത്തിന് മാത്രമേ അറിയത്തുള്ളൂ. ഇതെന്തിനാണ് അവൻ മേടിക്കുന്നത്, ഇതുകൊണ്ട് എന്താ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്, ദൈവത്തിന് മാത്രം അറിയത്തുള്ളൂ. See, he has not told her. The plan that Iago's plan is very, 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 it's a secret. It's highly confidential. He has just told his wife, just steal it, give it to me. എങ്ങനെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് എടുത്തു തരണേ. എന്തിനു വേണ്ടിയാണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. Only God knows what he is going to do with it, and what he will do with it, only heaven knows. I nothing but to please his fantasy. Well, I just to satisfy his whims, his fancy. അവനെ ഒന്ന് സന്തോഷിപ്പിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇത് ഞാൻ എടുത്തു കൊടുത്തേക്കാം. Well, here comes Iago re-enters. How now? Oh, what do you do here alone? Yes. What are you doing here? You are alone. What are you doing here? What's going on here? Well, Emilia, do not you chide. Come on. Don't snap at me. I have a thing for you. I have got something very important for you. Well, Iago, a thing for me? Well, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. ആ തിങ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന വാക്ക് ഒരു വൃത്തികെട്ട വാക്കാ. അന്നത്തെ ഷേക്സ്പിയറിന്റെ കാലഘട്ടത്തിലാണ്. ആ തിങ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമ്മൾ പറയത്തില്ലേ, ഈ ആണുങ്ങൾ ഈ സ്ത്രീകളെ കാണുമ്പോൾ പറയും ഒരു ചരക്ക് എന്ന് പറയുന്നതാണ്. ഓ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ കോമൺ തിങ്. അതൊരു സാമാന്യ സാധനമാണ്, അതൊരു സാമാന്യ ചരക്കാണ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ കോമൺ തിങ്. He means it has a lot of meaning, because he means that his wife is also unfaithful. His wife is also unfaithful because he has already said, Iago has already said that Othello had an affair, had sex with his wife. Well, common thing. A thing ennulla vaakku, that's with something very very important. Then Emilia, what? Then to have a stupid wife, to have a foolish wife, it's a common thing. It's you are a foolish wife. Then Emilia, oh, is that all? What will you give me now for the same handkerchief? ആട്ടെ ശരി, സമ്മതിച്ചു, ഞാൻ മോശക്കാരിയാണ്. ആ ഹാങ്കർചീഫ് തന്നാലോ? What will you give me now for the same handkerchief? Then Iago, handkerchief? What handkerchief? Emilia, what handkerchief? Why? That the Moor first gave to Desdemona. The thing the which you often bid me steal. മോട്ടിച്ചോണ്ട് തരാൻ നീ എന്നോട് പലപ്പോഴും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലേ? ആ പെങ്കൊച്ചിന്റെ ഹാങ്കർചീഫ് ആരുടെ? ഡെസ്ഡെമോണയുടെ. The handkerchief that the Moor first gave to Desdemona, the same one. Oh, hast you stolen it from her? Then Emilia, oh, അപ്പൊ മോഷ്ടിച്ചു അല്ലേ? No, Faith, no, I didn't do that. She let it drop by negligence. Well, it just dropped from her hand by negligence. She just dropped it. I didn't steal it. She dropped it carelessly by negligence, and to the advantage, I just seized the opportunity. I mean, here took it up. Look, here it is. Look, this is the handkerchief. Well, very good girl, a good wench. Give it me, please give it to me. Good girl, a good wench. Then Emilia, what will you do with it? What are you going to do with it? That you have been so earnest to have me filch it. You asked me to steal it very earnestly. You asked me to steal it. ഇത് വലിയ ആവേശത്തിൽ മോഷ്ടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് തരാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ. What are you going to do with it? Then Iago, snatching it. He just snatched it. പെട്ടെന്ന് അവളുടെ കയ്യിൽ നിന്ന് അത് പിടിച്ചു വച്ചു. Why? What's that to you? അത് നിനക്കെന്താ? He just snatches it. I think we'll stop here.